Hey guys, how is it going? Mario here. Tomorrow, Chelsea are playing Juventus in Hong Kong, and in this video, I'll be previewing the game. I'll build my predicted starting 11. I'll take a look at some news that are currently surrounding Chelsea, and of course, I'll give my score prediction. So stay tuned until the end. Now, if we start with some of the positive news, we can see that Chelsea's 74 charges case is now over. If you look at the tweet, we can see that we're going to be paying a little bit over the 20 million pounds mark in fines. We're also getting a 9-month transfer ban, but that's for academy players. And as long as we don't break any rules in the next two windows, there will be no further consequences of this. Now, if you're not familiar with the case, basically when the new ownership came into power, there were some issues that they found out that the previous ownership were doing, and they self-reported that. So this is the verdict on that case. Now, I think we're all familiar with Manchester City's 115 charges case, and as we know, it's taking quite some time to get a decision. So I think we got off pretty lightly with overall. Opinions are varying on this topic since some people think we should be punished more. Now, personally, I don't see how we can be punished more since it was done under a previous ownership and we self reported it. But yeah, I think overall we got off pretty lightly. So that's pretty good news to start off the video. Now let's continue, and here I've put some of the signings that have been officially confirmed by Chelsea in the past few days. We can see that Jordan Henderson is joining us from Brentford, Danny Welbeck joining us from Brighton, of course, and Valentin Barco from Strasbourg. Now, when it comes to Jordan Henderson, he's still carrying an injury from his spell with England under Tommy Tuchel at the World Cup. Overall, I think it's a good signing. He's gonna bring us some leadership, some much needed leadership. I don't expect him to play a lot, so I don't think people should be worried about if he is Chelsea quality level. I think he's mainly being brought to bolster the mental levels of the players, and we know how much the English boys like him. Recently, Morgan Rogers spoke about his role at the World Cup, so I believe he'll play a similar role. Now, maybe if we're leading a game 2-0 or 1-0 and we need to control it, we can bring Jordan Henderson just to bring some experience, to calm the situation down. But overall, I don't expect him to play a large part of the minutes during this season. But let's continue with Danny Welbeck. Now, he's also quite an experienced player, but I think he'll be playing a bigger role than Henderson, at least when it comes to actual minutes on the pitch. As we well know, he's a proven Premier League striker. He can score us easily 10 goals this season, and I expect him to be used as an impact player off the bench. For example, if we're chasing a goal or something, he can come on for the last 30 minutes of a game and really impact the overall flow of the game. Now, as Chelsea fans, we've seen Welbeck score against us quite a lot, so at least he'll stop doing that since he's playing for us now. But yeah, he'll be playing a similar role to Hendo because he's experienced and he'll be helping out the younger guys, of course. Now, we also shouldn't forget the Brighton link up between Welbeck and João Pedro. They played there together, so I expect in some games to see them both together on the pitch and playing off of each other. And yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see how Welbeck does. When it comes to Valentin Barco, this might prove to be the worst kept secret of all time, as we've known for this transfer for I don't even know how many months now, probably 4 or 5, maybe even 6, not quite sure. But yeah, he's joining us from Strasbourg, and I think he's coming to bolster our midfield. He can also play as a left back and potentially as a left wing back. We'll have to see how Alonso decides to use him. But he's an exciting young player. He's played for Argentina already. I believe he has 4 or 5 caps for the national team. So it's going to be exciting how he develops as a player and how he's being used. But let's continue with the fun part and get into building the starting 11 for the game. Now, if we take a look at the picture on the top left, we can see that 6 new arrivals have joined the squad in Hong Kong. The goalkeepers are Mike Penders, who joins after his World Cup run with Belgium finished quite early. Now, he didn't play any games, but he was still with the squad, so he had his vacation now and he's back in preseason with us. Gabriel Svonina is the other goalkeeper who is joining us. He was having trials at Strasbourg, and I believe he'll not be joining them, so he's back with the squad. In the middle, we can see Pedro Neto. He was with Portugal, as you well know. And besides him is sitting Mikhail Mudryk. Now, we haven't seen Mudryk in a year and a half. He hasn't played since December 2024, so quite a long time. It's going to be interesting how he continues. Will he need a loan to get back to fitness? For now, he's just with the squad, and that's nice to see. But we'll need to figure out quickly how we want to use him, of course. Pedro Neto, I forgot to mention that he has some competition now on the flanks, so he'll need to prove that he deserves a starting spot. And if not, we'll need to figure out what we're gonna do with him as well. But let's continue. The other two players that are joining us are of course Welbeck and Quenda. Welbeck just signed and he's with the team already, and Quenda had an injury, but he's fit now, so we'll see some of him. I'm expecting during the remaining preseason games. But let's get into building the team. And if we start with the goalkeeping position, I think we'll put Mike Penders in goal. The reason for that is now he's joined with the squad, and fortunately for him, Sanchez is injured, so he'll get a chance to impress. I don't know how bad Sanchez's injury is, but I don't think we've seen him in the training photos that were released. So I'll go for Penders from the start, and we will see how he does. As we well know, the plan is for Penders and Sanchez to be competing for the number one spot this season. So yeah, let's see how Penders does. On the right, I'll go with Palestra again. Now, Palestra, if you've watched my videos, you know I've been really impressed with him, how he's been playing. I think he's developing quite a nice relationship with Esteva on the right, so I'm excited to see how this continues. On the left, I'll go with Hato. He played 60 minutes last game. I expect him to play close to that, maybe even more than that this game as well. And in the defensive center positions, I'll go with Fofana and Cowell. Now Fofana will be off the right, of course. Let me just put him there, and Cowell. Um, they're starting to build a nice relationship. I mean, they already had a relationship from their early days, but we'll see how this continues. As don't forget, we have Lacroix. Still, he hasn't joined us, but I'm expecting him to join us soon enough and compete for one of the starting positions. But for now, we'll go for Cowell and Fofana. In midfield, it's interesting. Now, Lavia played 45 minutes, and I think he was really impressive. Esugo has played both of our games, but now Caicedo is also back in the fold, and he'll need to be getting minutes. So I'll go ahead and put Caicedo. And for his partner, I'll go with Lavia. I believe Lavia overall has a higher skill ceiling than Esugo. I might be wrong, but I want Lavia to improve his fitness, get some minutes, hopefully stay injury free, and we'll see how things continue with him. I think the front four kind of picks itself, but we have some new players there, so let's think about it. I think Palmer, the number 10, is definitely gonna be the one starting. On the right, we have Neto now. Quenda, of course. I think Quenda plays mostly on the left, but I still think Estevao will get the nod. He has played 2 games already, so he'll continue. I'm expecting to see Neto, Quenda get some minutes, but for now I'll stick with Estevao, and on the left I'll put Kittens. Maybe we see Mudrik, maybe we see Quenda, we don't know, but for now Kittens I think has done enough to start the game. And up front, of course, I'll go for João Pedro. Now, Jackson has also been with the squad for some time, so I expect him to play some part in the game. But for now, I'm going with João Pedro. So yeah, I think this will be the team that plays tomorrow. As for a score prediction, Juventus are a good side, but I think just Italian teams are no longer what they used to be. So I think we'll grab a 2-0 win. We'll come out victorious tomorrow. But yeah, guys, it's gonna be interesting to see how our preseason continues. We've reached the half point mark of the preseason, and our squad just continues to get bigger. So we need to think about some outgoings as well. Alonso will need to make some tough decisions on which players he wants to use, which players he wants to loan, and of course, which players he wants to sell, and which players will actually be able to be sold, because we also need to think about the business side of things. But yeah, overall, it's gonna be interesting how things develop with our squad. And yeah, guys, I'll be making my review straight after the game, so stay tuned for that. And if you managed to get this far into the video, please leave it a like. Remember to subscribe if you're new around here. And don't forget to keep the blue flag flying high. Thank you, guys.